it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of confidence to try and accept challenges that you normally want to do before. It takes a lot of confidence to get up here and speak in front of everybody, but it's something you have to do, and it's something you gotta get used to eventually, accepting challenges. And Shaw said, I often quote myself, and that's spices my conversation, and what that just told me was, the most important thing you should do is have confidence in yourself, Take pride in what you do, take pride in what you say, don't be afraid, and what I want to explain to you is why I believe that confidence is the most important aspect that you should have. Mainly it's because, number one, when you're confident, nothing bothers you. You can care less what anybody thinks of yourself because of yourself. Confidence, it radiates. Someone can always tell your confidence just by the way you stand. It's often reflecting your body posture, how you hold yourself. A lot of people out there, especially employers and even, I don't know, your girlfriend's parents, whatever, they want to see someone confident. And maybe that's because it shows that you can hold yourself. You tend to have less problems. I mean, in my experience, I'm about to join the Marine Corps, and I have a lot of challenges ahead. I have to get a pulmonary test done to make sure my asthma is under control and won't affect me. Unfortunately, that's the biggest complication. But it was funny because the recruiter, he told me, he says, if you have used your hands to 12 and you can prove to me you can run, 3 miles, if you can run 3 miles in under 21 minutes, I have confidence in you that you can make the Marine Corps. Well, just by him telling him that he had confidence in me, it really uplifted my spirit, and it just let me know that everything's going to be okay. I mean, to me, Marine Corps is all I've ever wanted to do since I was 10. And the only reason I'm not doing it is because I happened to mess up and promised my parents I finished school before I left. And because I have confidence in myself, to knowledge that I can achieve 3 miles in 18 minutes, which I've never really been good at. I mean, I was not a long distance runner in high school. I was a sprinter, and that was it. I ran 200 meters in 20 seconds, and that's as fast as I went. But I have confidence in myself that I can push myself, and it allows you to go up and beyond your goals. When you surpass your goals, you tend to feel invincible. I mean, you realize you don't have a limit. And it's really good knowing that when you can put your mind, you can set your mind to anything you want and do whatever you want to do. Even if it doesn't work out in the Marine Corps, there's a possibility. I have confidence in myself to know that I can do whatever I want. I want to be a cop, I can be a cop. If I want to be a writer, I can be a writer. If I want to be a teacher, I can be a teacher. I don't like teaching, I don't have the patience, but I can do it. And it's no problem to me, all because I have confidence in myself. I love being able to not care what anybody thinks about me. And you guys may take that as prideful or as a downfall of myself, but I can care less. When I leave this classroom, what you guys think of me, that's your own opinion. And it doesn't bother me, and that's all because I have confidence in myself to know that, hey, I did my best, And although I don't, in my best, it always tends to be that much more than what I thought it could do. All because I have confidence. So, I want to sum it up and just bring it to you guys and let you guys know that it really changes yourself, how your mindset on your life. When you realize I do have confidence in myself, just the next time you think you can't do something, just tell yourself, I can. And I can, 2 words, and it means the difference. So thank you for letting me use that. Praise the Lord.
All right, well, you connected to the topic in an interesting way, and I thought you had a clear point of view. It sounded like you were going to start a preview, but you didn't really have one. Once you got onto the points in the personal experiences, you were able to give a lot of detail and talk comfortably about those sorts of things. Your voice projects pretty well, and there's pretty good variety in it. I think the energy level might be a little low, so your pace could be picked up a bit. You've got your hand in your pocket, your hand swinging occasionally, so there are a few gestures that are indicative, but I wouldn't say that that was one of the strengths in the presentation. Your facial expressions are okay. They're a little subdued, but they're fine. Your eye contact, I think, is really inconsistent. You have a tendency to look down. Now, sometimes you look up, but it kind of looks like you're looking at us from the top of, from right under your eyebrows instead of trying to engage us. And so I think you need to be a little bit more direct there. In your voice, there's not any anxiety, but when you start moving around, your feet are constantly taking you from place to place, and it's not really with much purpose. It looks like it's pacing. Although it's not fast pacing, it seems more deliberate. It is clearly not connected to the subject matter. It's not like you're, what we talked about, walking the transitions or anything along those lines. It's just movement that's making you feel more comfortable. Same thing with the hand in the pocket. I thought that you had a good point that you were making, but toward the end you sort of got off track, and it seemed a little bit more defiant toward the audience instead of supporting the point that you're making. It comes across the opposite direction and undermines the point that you were making earlier. But you did kind of remind us of the point at the end of the speech, and that is always appreciated. All right, I have something I want to say before you guys go on your break. Please be careful. I do not want fewer students the Tuesday we come back than we have now. I know most of you, it just means that you get to work more on the break, but if any of you are going someplace, be a little careful, give yourself some extra time. Don't do anything stupid. All right? Well, believe me, I lead a boring life. Yeah. If you led my boring life and did what I did,